Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mental Threads podcast. We're here for another episode, currently at Reedy Creek, as suggested from my guest host here. Or are you a guest host? You're basically a guest host. Basically, I'm here with the one and the only DaniTheDork, if you like to say something.
Hi.
Yes, she's Danny, and she's apparently a dork for the sake. Where do you get that name concept from?
I just made it up.
Just made it up.
I really just made it up because literally my life, I'm a dork.
Nothing wrong with being a dork. And where does your dork culture stretch from? I know anime is one of the things. What are the other things?
Anime, marching band, cartoons, art, poetry, comic books,
Oh, yeah.
the MCU, the DCEU. Yes, a lot. Everything pretty much.
Everything nerdy, basically. So it's like if you just walked into one of them stores, GameStop is kind of changing right now, where they kind of put more like action figures and comic type stuff and pop stuff. But I'm thinking, what was that store? Concord Mills, where it was just a bunch of nerd stuff.
Video Game World.
Video Game World, yeah.
Video Game World, and I can't remember. Pop Cult. That's one, but I go to Second and Charles. That has all the good stuff.
Oh, Second and Charles. Okay, you definitely send me not a link, but like the address to whatever that place is.
It's in Matthews. It's right in Matthews. How do I describe this? It's near Sam's Club in Matthews, next to, I can't even remember what's over there anymore. Everything keeps changing.
No, really, seriously. 'Cause I went to college. I just graduated from college like last December and everything. And it's like Charlotte, from where I remember it from, it's just not the same as it used to be. Like it still has some elements here and there, but it's just like then there's like another building here, and then there's like another building there. It's like, why do you need that building? And then there's a Bojangles just open up right on Independence out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I'm not complaining about the Bojangles. I like the Bojangles.
My stepdad was telling me that Bojangles actually used to be there, and they just like rebuilt it. And it's like they're trying to build restaurants out there again. And I was like, when was there restaurants out on Independence? I was confused.
You remember the place like the Super Bowl burger and everything, the 21 place, the one that looks like a diner, the drive-through diner?
It's still there. It's
Yeah,
the
still
only
there.
place that's still there. I want to try it one day.
You haven't tried it yet?
Nah, not before they shut it down. I have to.
Don't speak that into existence. That's been forever.
They have shut down Zach's Burgers. They shut down, what was it? Mr. C's Chicken. They shut down everything. It's upsetting me.
Yeah, and that's such a landmark. I never won there. Actually, I did won there twice. One for the DoorDash and then another one just to really try the food. I'm going to go there again one day. But it's really good burgers, really good stuff right there.
Really? I got to try it. I need to go immediately.
We can set that up. Like maybe my next paycheck, we can just go there.
That sounds like fun. I'm down.
We can bring KO.
Yeah.
It could all be like a quest. I know it's like I'm kind of the new one in the group, but it's just like, why not? Like burgers, why not?
Might as well. Sounds like an adventure to me.
Sounds like an adventure. And I know you pick. We're currently outside, by the way, so if you hear any in the background. Anyway, but yes, Miss Danny. What was I going with this? Oh yeah, talk about adventures. You chose Reedy Creek. Why do you choose Reedy Creek of all places?
The trails here are nuts, and you can definitely get lost. But I just personally like this park because it's kind of private, and people don't bother you, and you can find your own little section and like not run into anybody. Like how we are over here near the dog park. But where did the dogs go? No one knows. Didn't even see them leave.
No, seriously, man. I'm glad you put me onto this area, though, for real, because I got a dog, and I feel so bad for not taking him out for walks as much as I wish I would and everything. He's currently at my brother's girlfriend's house. He got, like, a whole bunch of dogs just at their house for them to, like, play with, like a big old yard. Kind of like a dog daycare, in a sense. You know, it's really, really handy at times because sometimes it'll be like, you know, we gotta get certain things together and everything, and then you can just go off away for a while. Maybe you get to socialize with other dogs, you know, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
I love dogs.
Yeah, they're basically like little like fur babies. Like that's my son right there.
But they're less stressful than actual children. And I mean, I think they're equally as expensive because you have to have insurance on your dog. But they don't talk back.
That's one thing. I mean, it's like you never know what your kid's gonna grow up to, whether it's like, you know, like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. It's crazy. I know the whole Netflix series. I ain't watched it yet because I just can't, man. It's just
want to.
I don't know. After seeing like a documentary, I think I'm pretty freshed up on what went down. So it's like, you know, anything else is just it's too much.
I took a psychology class in high school. I know everything I need to know about all the most famous serial killers, and I don't really care. He was crazy. He killed and ate black people. Yeah.
Deadass. That was his thing. Him, John Wayne Gacy, and then Ted Bundy, I think. Are they like the three most famous, or is it just those are the ones that would literally pop to my mind usually because of the South Park episode?
There's also Ed Gein.
Ed Gein. Not really familiar with what did Ed Gein do?
You ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's what this was based off of?
Loosely.
Loosely?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He had his mom in his basement. Also, Bates Motel was loosely based off of that, too. He had his mom's rotting corpse in the basement. He also killed people and made furniture out of their skin.
Crazy. That is very, dude. That's so weird. Like, I don't want to say like, well, obviously it's weird, but it's just like but just like the psychosis behind it, the chemical imbalances. Like what's up with that?
It's nuts. I don't get it either, and I want to go back to school for psychology. Not gonna lie.
School's amazing and everything. You already graduated, right? Or did you just?
Nope. I am a college dropout.
Oh, cool. Like the Kanye West album.
Yeah, I was a biology major. I wanted to be a vet, but like gone through and like dealing with people with mental illness, especially like at work and stuff, and I can just look at you and the way you act, and I'm just like, yeah, I know what's wrong with you. You won't go see a therapist. You need to, but I'm just gonna leave you alone.
So you can really like pick up on that with people that you meet and everything of that nature?
Oh yeah, I had a coworker. One day she was nice, the next day she was a bitch, and then she was a bitch for the rest of the week, and then she was nice again. And I'm like, you're bipolar.
Really? Okay, so that's what's the differences between different like mental? I know the mental illnesses I'm more like familiar with. Like, okay, depression, you're like very much sad, or like it's kind of different for everybody. And then there's anxiety, and then there's like stuff like what's that one? It's a borderline personality disorder. What is borderline personality disorder? Can you describe?
Honestly, that could come in many different forms. That's one I really can't pick up on. It really depends on how the person is acting. Like I remember when I was in college, I had a drum major who was like, he was just a happy dude. He was fun. Some people said that he was schizophrenic, and I was like, nah, he just likes mushrooms.
Weird side. He just likes mushrooms.
No, he was a fun dude. I liked him. I think it's difficult with mental illness, not gonna lie. That's why I want to go back to school. I want to learn more. Because, like, that borderline personality disorder, it can come in many different forms. Where people just, like, honestly don't even realize that they're switching to a different personality. Like, I actually saw a movie like that.
Is it the one with James McAvoy?
No, it's actually a really old movie from the 70s called Sybil.
Sybil?
Mm-hmm. It was a real life story about this girl, and she had multiple personalities and schizophrenia, so she was just switching back and forth constantly. It was crazy. It's a really good movie.
Did they really go into detail on what trauma, like, is it trauma that kind of, like, produces that?
Something with her mom. It was a long time ago that I watched that movie. Can't find it anywhere. I
might want to see that. It's just, I know mental illnesses movies is so, like, one I know at the top of my head is the one with what's his name that played the Joker in that one 1980s movie. You know what I'm talking about? The one where it's like before all the main, not the Heath Ledger one, we're not the Walking Phoenix one, not the Jared Leto one. Definitely not that one. The one back in the 80s. Oh, dude. The one that had the weird smile and everything. Jack Nicholson. Yeah, he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I think.
He scares me.
Okay, well, I mean...
Him and Gary Busey are terrifying actors. I hate them both.
But you do know, like, about the movie I talk about, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and everything,
No,
right?
I've actually never heard of that.
You never heard of that? You should definitely check it out. It actually like, how the plot goes is like, okay, you got the Jack Nicholson character, which apparently is a criminal, or got caught up for something. He was going to go to prison, but he tried to act like he was insane so he can go into a mental asylum to escape prison, so you don't have to go to prison, because it's like, you want to be on crazy people or prison crazy people, which one do you want to get with? So he wanted to go with the medical crazy people and whatnot, and it's a very deep movie about society and about like how, like, the system kind of works to really like hold people down and everything. He was trying to fight to have the mentally ill people to get more rights, to actually like go out to do something instead of just rot inside there all the time. And
he actually helped.
Yeah, he was trying to help. It's a really deep movie. You should really like check out if you don't want to have time to watch the movie, definitely check out the video analysis and everything. It's really good. It's really compelling. I remember I rented that movie one time, like when I was in community college, and I just thought like, oh wow, okay, I heard something about this movie. Oh wow, this is a good movie.
I gotta look into that. That sounds interesting. That's different. Wish they would do something different nowadays with movies.
I really hope that's one movie I wish they could make a remake to be honest, because I feel like in this day and age, considering how mental illness is so like just kind of slept on nowadays, I feel like people need to focus on making movies that focus on mental illness, because I feel like we just kind of swiped under. We know people are depression anxious this generation, but no one really addresses it in a more constructive manner.
But the thing is, when they do that, or at least they try to do that, it either flops or nobody goes see it.
Yeah, because
That's
people
such
want to watch superhero movies. They could put it on Netflix.
But they did it with Joker. And everybody loved it. Nobody really got the premise of it. They just wanted to see the Joker be the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of half and half with it, because it's just like now it has like all the good movies have to be painted in superhero. A lot of people aren't going to watch it and everything. Like for me at this point, I mean, I like superhero movies, but it's just like, you know, I feel like, I don't want to say it's at the decline. It's like after when they already beat Thanos, it's like, okay, like what now? Because it's like my main reason for wanting to go to watch MCU movies was like Black Panther, and then he passed away. Then they got the other Black Panther movie coming up, which I'm definitely gonna watch. But that was like, you know, just like a lack of like a interest factor in it. You know what I'm saying? Over time.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm gonna still watch it, like, you know, for Kang the Conqueror. I want to see where that goes and everything. But it's just like now it's just.
They're trying at least keep it comic book accurate as possible. They did Infinity War and Endgame the way they did because they didn't have the rights to Deadpool, so they couldn't do the actual storyline, so they just made some stuff up.
I mean, Deadpool's gonna be the next Deadpool movie's gonna have Wolverine in it, so that's the one reason why I'm interested.
That is definitely important, but one thing, if they ever decide to end the MCU indefinitely, they have to do Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
That's probably the only way. That's probably the most
only way they can end it.
Because it's lighthearted. It's like,
it's
you
not.
know.
No.
I know in the comics it wasn't, but I'm just saying it's just like, you know, because considering the character that Deadpool is and how it's just like how it would be taken with that as versus like the Punisher killing everybody.
That's still gonna be terrifying.
Still terrifying, but at least I feel like people will be more accepting of Deadpool doing it. Because like remember that time Deadpool was like in the after credits like kind of clean up the timeline.
Yeah.
And so like you see. Like, if they put it in that degree and everything, I feel like it would be taken as like...
They're gonna have to, because at the end of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, he finds the writers.
Yeah.
That's the
best way.
Funniest thing I had ever seen in a comic book.
That was the best way to actually work. You see, now it's funny. You say it was dark, now it's like it's funny. So
the ending was funny. The rest of it was so dark, because he was really jumping universes and, like, killing the unkillable. How do you kill Wolverine and his children? You just constantly do it.
Wow. But honestly, one crazy part about that comic that really threw me off guard was like, you know, like not threw me off guard, but like how the creative ways that he found ways to kill people. Like he killed Thor by using the prime particles to make the whole his hammer large, like crush him and everything.
Like really,
like that's crazy. That was like, okay, I can see why Deadpool would be Thor.
Deadpool was a lot smarter than what people gave him credit for
that comic.
Especially that one, Jesus.
And like him just talking to Professor X, and then Professor X pretty much looking into his head and seeing like what it is, but it seemed like he was actually self-aware that their lives were kind of meaningless, basically, right?
Yeah, that shit was nuts.
That's actually kind of depressing when you think about it.
It was extremely depressing because he realized that they were not real.
Yeah, and it's like when you also think about it, it kind of looks back at life too and everything. Like, what if we're just like characters in a book? Like, what if somebody's just like, I know obviously, like, you know, what is considered God in our universe and everything?
I'm constantly thinking about that. I'm like, I'm probably in a really funny episode of somebody's favorite sitcom right now.
Really, and we're like probably just characters in a book or something, and like all our trials, all our issues, everything we go through, that goes for everybody, no matter how worse it is. From like war to all types of sexual assault and everything, it's all, what if it was all just a game to somebody else?
All the turmoil right now is probably hilarious to some other planet at this moment.
And it's crazy, and that's really depressing when you think about it, because it really is more of an existential crisis. So, dude, we really jumped from like mental illness to like comic book characters to existential crisis. Is the mental threats podcast popping or what?
I swear, because it makes sense. It all connects.
It all connects. But back on the whole mental illness situation or mental health, because I know you want to go back to school for psychology, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to maybe use that to probably become a therapist or something.
Yeah.
I can see that. You make a good therapist.
I feel like I would. I like to make people laugh. Also, I like to dig deep into people's problems. Took therapy myself. And it was fun. I cried. I laughed. I had a good time. But my healthcare could only afford 3 sessions. So back to square one.
Yeah, man. Like, that's the one thing about college I miss, is that they actually gave people free counseling.
That's the one thing I missed about high school is free counseling.
I ain't got no free counseling in high school at all, man.
You
Everybody,
didn't have a guidance counselor?
everybody was just crazy and weird. And that was just it. Like,
I was just attacked all the time. Like, there's this one girl
mm,
who thought that I wanted her boyfriend at the time, but he had a crush on me, and I didn't care for anybody in that school, really.
mhm.
She tried to ambush me and tried to punch me in the back of the head while we were switching classes, and somebody caught her, and then they told me, like, later on what happened, and I was just like, I don't know who this chick is, and I don't
No.
bother anybody.
That's what Charlotte is, bro. Like, it's weird, bro, because that's like, I don't know whether if it's just a mixture of the Southern hospitality of thinking that you know somebody from the small interactions, and then just a mixture of just everybody kind of pouring from their own respective cultures from different cities. So everybody doesn't really have a necessary, like, a grounded sense of, like, who we are or what our values are. So they just lash out doing a bunch of inappropriate stuff for no reason.
I legit had no clue who this woman was. I heard her name tossed around, but I never knew what she looked like, anything.
It'd be like
No
that.
clue. My senior year,
It'd be like that.
it made no sense.
It'd be like that. What year did you graduate?
2014.
From high school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? You look young. I thought you were, like, way younger than me.
Thanks. No, I'm a child.
That's what it is. But you graduated from high school, though.
Yeah, high school.
Okay, yeah, just double checking. Because I graduated 2016 and everything. I just thought you were just, like, way younger than me. So I was like,
No, I'm just very mature for my age.
I mean, you have a youthful spirit. That's another thing.
Yeah, I'm also a giant child. As you can see by all the anime stickers all over my car.
There's nothing wrong with it. You got to keep your youth one way or another, man. Honestly, those things really help you heal, like, in a sense, like your inner child and everything. I try to heal my inner child by going out for ice cream.
I went to Disney on Ice last night. I
Really?
teared up because I was having a good time.
That's amazing. That's good, dude. Like, taking care of your inner child is so crucial in your 20s, because a lot of us have been through so much trauma for no reason. And so even with the whole high school situation, like, on my end with it, bro, like for instance, I was already leaving a horrible situation from middle school and everything that led me into, like, writing a whole lot of poetry anyway. So it's like one day I'm actually performing at Res 28 one day. I mean, it's just right now, I just gotta get things together. But it's like, yeah, and then it's just like, just doing that on my downtime, like, that would bother some dude, like, for some weird reason and everything, because a lot of other people were going around because they knew I wanted to be, like, a rapper or something down the line and everything. And most people, like, would be like, oh, wow, that's cool. I guess I could support that. That's nice. You're working hard. That's a normal person.
Then you
Well,
got your haters.
Then you got this person out of nowhere. This guy was like 2 years older than me. Tell me why he asked to look in my rap book and was trying to find things to criticize. And, like, it was like, oh, what does this mean? What does this mean? And it's like it means this, that, and the third. I was, like, kind of confused. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he just gave me this, hey, just keep in mind, like, you whatever you trying to push on or whatever you're trying to do is, like, you're never gonna be, like, a rapper or anything. You can't rap. Don't think you can, because you can't. And then just push it in my face. I'm like, all right.
A lot of people try to find reasons to bully other people. Like, leave people alone. They minding their business. They're not bothering you.
But it was, like, also weird because there was, like, take pictures, like, of me and everything and show it to other people and everything.
See, that's weird and obsessive. That's weird.
And no, he would, like, do other things. Keep in mind, he's 2 years older than me. This is, like, my first year, freshman year. We're not even in the same class. We didn't have a class till the following year. And it was just, like, it was so strange because they would, like, start rumors saying that, like, I hit women and all types of stuff. He would, like, on, like, some weird stuff. And it was just, like, he would try to, like, rip on me for being, like, darker skin or something like that.
I think
He was
he had
light
a
skin.
crush on you.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, I was just waiting for someone else to say
I
it.
think he has
But
a
I don't
crush on
want to. I don't want to push that out there. I want to wait till somebody else can observe it from
I
third
bet
person.
he's probably homophobic too, but he's really gay.
I mean, it is what it is. It's mostly a spectrum. I believe it's a spectrum. I'm convinced.
That's just weird, though. He's taking pictures of you and spreading random rumors.
Yeah, like I found it kind of strange because we had nothing to do with each other. Like that was the weird thing about it, you know? Because it's just like whatever and everything. But it was just a lot. I felt like it set a whole lot of trends and everything. People having issues with me out of nowhere. People not asking my side of anything, you know? So it's just like
weird.
yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah, it was just so strange. It was just like it's just whatever. Because if he wants to be, he wanted to be a producer. That's the thing. Like, if you want to be a producer, that's cool. But it's like, if I want to do my thing, like, how does that bother you? Why are you trying to compete against me?
Dude, just admit that you had a crush on him. Come on out. It's fun on this side.
I mean, but it is what it is, man. Society's just weird like that, man. I mean, a lot of us are hyper focused on who does what or whatever, and it's just like, you know, I'd get it on that sense, but it's just like, you know, don't try to harm nobody or do anything bad to nobody or nothing. Like, I tell you, I was so confused, bro, because it was just like, you know. Like, regardless, you can be indifferent, you know? Like, I never understood why people try to take sides on the thing. That's the thing that kind of threw me off.
See, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm just like, my name Bennett and I ain't in it. Bye. Why are you bothering this? Unless you're really in the wrong, I'm like, why are you bothering this person? What did they do to you?
No,
If
really.
you have a valid reason of what somebody did to you, then I will think about it and I will give you my opinion.
Yeah.
You can take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, leave people alone.
No, like, seriously, man, I've been through, like, something like a cycle like that so many times, bro. It always starts with somebody having, like, an issue with me and me not knowing them or having, like, no problem not having a class with them for, like, years. And then they would, like, start a rumor or say something, and then everybody would just jump on that. And then I would try not to care, or I'd try not to pull up, or try to act out an emotion and stuff. And then it's just like a cycle that goes on. Usually a female would be involved every once in a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord. That's always how it goes.
Yeah, usually like I think it was this other dude. Like I was at this my first job. It was at Compare Foods and everything. Have you ever been to Compare Foods?
Yeah.
The Hispanic owned hair cedar looking.
What took over Winn-Dixie?
Yeah, no. It did, didn't it? I completely forgot about Winn-Dixie.
I only remember it because I went to one in Florida this summer. It was weird.
Yeah. I mean, they will be in the South, but not a whole lot. But yeah, anyway, I worked as a busboy and everything. And this guy, like, at first, it was like, you know, like, you're in an environment where they might not, you know, hold African Americans in the highest esteem. And then you have other African Americans that work there as your managers, other people, and then they have an issue with you because they have an issue because you're younger. And, you know, that was like a storm of like a lot of hatred. But it's like in this case right here, like there was this one girl, this Mexican girl that worked there and everything. And she liked stuff like anime. I think her favorite anime was like Inuyasha or something like that. And we would talk about a whole lot like hip hop. Her favorite artist was like J. Cole and stuff. We would like talk. I don't mind talking to people. Like that's why I do the whole podcast thing. I'm naturally an extrovert. I had to become more introverted because of the traumas I had to deal with and everything. But it was just like, you know, just stuff of that nature. We'd laugh, whatever. And then there was this weird other Mexican kid that was like working there and everything, which is, it was cool. But it's like he would try to start a rumors about me like on like the job, saying like me and this other guy like had like a relationship. And like, dude, I didn't even have a car. I just wanted to work to save money, and I'm like 17.
You took his girl.
I mean, I don't believe that. It was platonic-ish. I mean, she was beautiful, but it was just like, it just wasn't realistic. Because, dude, she had a car and everything. Like, I didn't have a car. I know female, like, I know you're looking at like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
like,
really doesn't to me.
Really, but it's like, at the same time, you don't know what everybody's values are. I was just trying to work there just so I could save money to get a car and everything.
See, it depends on what you're going through. If you don't have a car because you just don't want a car or you just not working towards it, like if you're blowing money on shit that does not matter, yeah, I don't want to be around you. But if you're at least trying, then I don't see an issue.
Yeah, man, it was just so strange. Like, I never really, like, just went to a school and just, like, everything was just like, okay, you have haters, that's it, whatever. Like, you never, it was, like, it was always on some weird psychological thriller type. Like, I gotta start a rumor about this dude. I gotta have issues with this dude for nothing. I gotta make comments about him being dark-skinned or something or whatever. Like,
gotta do something to, you know, up my brownie points. That was back then. Now, you will get beat up in the adult world for that. Don't do it.
No, seriously, because a lot of them just kind of fall off the earth after that. I'm actually in a good place with the whole, like, okay, I got my degree. That's one thing. I'm about to start this job with Novon Health. So I'm about to stay probably in Charlotte for a little bit longer than I'd like to, because I want to go to D.C. so I can go to Howard University for my graduate degree and then move on. Because I like school. I didn't like school at first because of all that stuff, but, like, when I went to an HBCU, it's, like, no problem.
They don't care. We're adults. Get your stuff done and go.
No, really, for real, and it's just a lot that you had to deal with that. On top of that, I had a health condition I have been dealing with since I was 18, and everything. So it's just like, there's a little bit of stress, but at least I had the comfort knowing that I went to a school that uplifted me, that looked out for me. None of the teachers had to bring me down or nothing. I had a mentor and everything to uplift me. It's a really good full circle thing. Although I'm kind of like in between things, like at least I got this podcast situation to focus on in between that too. So it's like it's just stuff like that. But it's like, the psychology of like dealing with like people who are like narcissistic and like, what's your theory with? I know you got some theories on narcissistic people.
The girl at my job, absolute narcissist. Being in an HBCU marching band when I was in college.
What school did you go to? Sorry.
Elizabeth City State University.
Wonderful. Anybody that goes to an HBCU, just yes.
Absolutely. Even though they don't get much love, but it's all right. It's $500 a semester if anybody wants to,
That's good.
Go though. That's a quick $1,000 a year. That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Either way, marching band, they're the typical narcissists, mostly in the brass section. No shade. I love y'all. But I don't really deal with many, honestly, in my opinion, as far as I know. Yeah, I don't have much take on narcissism at the moment, besides my coworker who will get in my way when I'm trying to do my job, and she'll come and take over doing my job, even though they told her to go home.
Yeah. But it's crazy because narcissism kind of pretty much at the root of narcissism, it has a lot to do with like low self-esteem, obviously.
Absolutely.
I mean, just a very toxic, unhealthy way of dealing with it, and it's just like, I'm very spiritual with it. I feel like narcissists are just the opposites of empaths, who are just naturally empathetic, try to find solutions, focus on themselves, consistent, most of them pretty much intelligent, whereas like a narcissist is more like smart, yeah, but they use that smartness for like, bad things, and they're like, okay, started rumors, like invalidating their children's like needs, grandiose sense of self-indulgent, just the certain things that will come like, okay, that's a narcissist right there, and just how they carry on, focusing on friends that make them look good instead of friends that are just like good for them. It's just one of those things, like, it's just like, what's your stance on stuff like that?
I hate it. I'm trying to think of if there's anybody in my life like that.
The fact that you have to think, that means you have a pretty good life, man. Because I can think of several people that are narcissists. We just discussed several of them right now.
That is a weird thing. People who rag on marching band kids, or at least they know that being in band is fun. You guys see us having fun.
Yeah, obviously in the marching bands, I feel that you gotta be talented to actually know your part and everything, and get a tune with like whatever notes you gotta learn and stuff. And it takes practice, I know. Cause I had a friend who was in marching band. He was always out there. Like, we couldn't hang out or nothing because like no, I gotta go to marching band and stuff, and I do this, and I'm like, okay, it's no problem. Do what you gotta do. But it's like, yeah, there's a lot of dedication with that, correct?
Yeah, it is. Oh, I did deal with a narcissist in middle school. And she sees me around every once in a while. She comes to Red, and I'm always at Red because I used to work there.
Great mozzarella sticks.
Oh, Jesus. Now I want some. But yeah, she used to just make up stuff about me for no reason. It was a couple of them.
Why do people do stuff like that?
And I never bothered anybody. I would go to the band room. I would go to the guidance counselor. That's all I ever did. I minded my business. I had my crushes here and there, but there was no reason for anybody to constantly bother me. And that was one thing that they would bother me about, is because I would have a crush on a certain person, and that person would be like high in popularity.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with having a crush. I mean, that's middle school. There ain't nothing but crushes in middle school, bro.
Looking back at it, it was sad, and I shouldn't have had a crush on him. Why are you 16 in the 8th grade, bum? It was weird. Now he's in my DMs, and I'm constantly blocking him from different pages and phone
he didn't
numbers.
stand out for you or nothing. Didn't try to do anything positive. Nothing.
Not even that. Just now, I'm just like, ew, what was wrong with me?
Like, you're just over it at this point.
Yeah, up my standards.
Ain't
Now
nothing
you
wrong with
can't
upping your
touch
standards.
me.
Ain't nothing else. Because I swear, like, even for my case and everything, when it comes to even crushes, like, there are some females that kind of cross my mind a lot. Because a lot of, like, us, like, losing communication or things just not working out had a lot to do with outside interference. You know, like I said, like, the whole rumor situation, people saying whatever, you know. It's like that, a lot of that, I was always exposed to those type of toxic environments. So it's like, you know, in terms of, like, my image and everything and who I truly am, they're severely detached from each other, completely out of sync, comparing where you're going to. If you went to somebody in college and spoke about, oh yeah, Toasty, yeah, sure, he's cool. Doesn't go out to a whole lot of parties though, but he's still cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's fine, but like when I had to deal with that, like I had people who considered themselves my friends and would literally be just talking trash in my face and be like, why you walk like this? And I'm just like, bruh, I'm just here living my life. And most of them were kind of upset because I developed early.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, if you developed early, 9 times out of 10 people are gonna hate on you for no reason. Because I got my growth spurt a little bit early first, so it's just like, you know, I got a little bit taller than most people and everything. So like everything, I was a little bit clumsy. You know, when you're a boy, you grow fast, you get clumsy quick. So it's just like, you know, trying to find comfortability within your body and all that nature. So it's a process over time. So it's just like,
yeah, just because I had certain assets in 8th grade, didn't have to hate on that. Just wait your turn.
really,
Leave me alone. I was
really.
just a little quiet nerd. Let me read my book, man.
Yeah, I mean, but I can understand why they'd hate. I mean, you're very beautiful and everything. That's one thing. Plus, you have a very energetic type of, very high frequency energy field. I think that's another thing too. People who have high energy fields, or just whether they're quiet or extroverted or everything, they're always going to be a target to somebody.
Always, and I hated it. It was terrible. Their own mental problems. But
No, seriously, it is what it is. But dude, I'll tell you to you like this, man. A lot of the people that used to mess with me, like half of them are just followers, and they're gonna go live their lives, whatever. You know, normal life, get engaged, get married, blah blah blah, whatever. The people who originally are the ringmasters and stuff of that nature, they end up being like, you know, going in and out of jail and everything for like boosting cars or like, you know, assault and stuff like that. It's like, why are you doing that? I went to like, you know, I went on the Ballantine Plantations area to go to school with like horrible place to throw a kid. Keep in mind, not very kind of racist, just a little bit racist. Not full like freaking slap a taco out. Mexican hands racist. That joke done in bad taste. I don't know a little bit. I'm quoting another comedian, by the way. Just keep in mind. But just still a little bit. There's some systematic patterns of racism I noticed and everything when I was out there. And a lot of those ringmaster days, it's like, how do you really end up in jail and your life is pretty much on easy mode? Because it's like, you know, because like we folk are on Hall of Fame mode. We get put in jail for things we didn't even do. We get tried for things we didn't do, and we'll lose 10 years just off some stuff like that, just off a mistake. And like y'all are getting in jail for boosting cars. Like, you know, why would you need to boost a car? Like, y'all are not like in the hood. Like, you're in a very affluent area where you don't need to do stuff like that.
the people I used to deal with just broke with a bunch of kids now. It's kind of like,
Or they just be like, just end up being like, oh, getting an OnlyFans, and then like, you know. Then their significant other doesn't like that. Like, why are you doing this? And then it just turns into a whole. It turns physical, but it's just like, yeah.
There was that one point over the summer where that NGL anonymous question app was on Instagram, and I did it, and somebody apologized for bullying me in middle school. I never found out who it was, but
Cowardly.
you're forgiven, but screw you still.
It would still be better to just like try to be like, if you want to touch base with somebody and just say like, hey, you know, sorry about this. Come on, some people get bullied, some people become the bully, some people are just kind of both. And then I feel like I was more both, but like for me, like bully was like more like in elementary school type. It was just like there was one kid that messed with me one time, so I just kept messing with him. But even then, I just said like, hey, I'm sorry and everything through Facebook, whatever. Just like, hey, you know, blah blah blah. Just move on.
At least they knew it was you. This one was anonymous. I still never figured out who it was.
Which is stupid. What's the point? There's no growth. Like, I will understand closure. Closure is so important to me. There's so many people I want to just get closure from. Some are just whatever. But it's just, at the same token, you know, you just got to find your way, man. You gotta really.
It used to be important to me. Now I'm just like, I don't care anymore. You could leave my life. I lost 2 best friends, well, supposedly best friends over the last few years. And hey, I still see them around, but I don't really communicate with them. It's like hi and a bye.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah. And it's just like the older you get, the more you get in groups of like that you need to be a part of or that you need to be around and everything of that nature. Like, like there are people in college for sure that I know like for a fact, like down the line, I'm definitely going to mix in with them going forward for years, just based on their intentions of not wanting to like drag you down. And you ain't got to be around them all the time, but sometimes intentions, the older you get, you start really just understanding that intentions and principles outweigh all that, laughing and stuff of that nature. Sometimes it's good to just keep people that just have a good intention for your life. And that's really what growing up is.
Yeah, one of my bros from college actually called me today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nice. Had a nice little conversation.
I need to call my friends more. That's one of the things I beat myself up for, because I'll put a reminder for Google. Like, I be telling my Google sister, like, okay, by 5 o'clock, tell me to call 3 friends. And I will still forget. Like, it's just like...
I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah, I know, but talking on the phone is like, it's necessary. I feel like sometimes you need to really hear your friend's voice from time to time. Like, you can't just go months and months without talking to somebody. You can, but at the same time, I feel like we need to really, because we're getting older, we need to really learn to touch base a little bit more personally.
One of my best friends living in a whole nother state with my goddaughter, who is 5.
Oh, nice.
And we barely talk. We communicate through TikTok every day. We send each other stupid videos.
That's good. That's good enough.
That's communication.
No, seriously. Like, yeah, I got this friend in New York. He's my best friend, like, from high school and everything. Like, literally, we're like bros. Like, when I'd be, like, so depressed, he'd be, like, the first to call, like, out of nowhere. Like, how do you know I was depressed? It was like, it's just stuff like that. But it's like, I ain't spoken to him in a minute myself, but I need to call him very soon.
That just sounds like me and KO. We'll be waiting. We'll be about to do something or about to call each other, and one of us either calls or we'll be like, you know what? Let's go do that. Or we'll end up finding each other by accident.
Oh.
It always works out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, life really just works out when it needs to. And I try to keep that in mind. Although I do go to spiritual guys, I'll be like, okay, so like read these tarot cards, what's going to happen and everything. Because I do be anxious from time to time about like what the future is. Like, will I find a cure for my condition? Will I be able to move on? Will I be able to like, live a loving, happy life and everything like that? 'Cause I always feel like in my life, you kind of have to grow up a little bit faster because like things kind of fall out of hand. And then you just have to like kind of like build up the pieces. You never really get time to really focus on yourself. And I feel like that's like been the narrative for my life for a lot of time, just me missing out on things, and then it's just trying to make up for other things, and then me still trying to plan to make up for lost time, basically.
Yeah, I feel like I'm way behind, but that's only because all of my friends are older. So really, I had to learn that I'm actually in a really good place for my age. Being 26 and being about to try and buy a house right now.
And this time,
very good. It's a very good good place to be.
What's the credit looking like? You actually don't even speak on your credit. That's personal. Yeah, we'll keep that quiet. But anyway, but yeah, mental illness in the Black community, I feel like that's why it's like it's good that you actually want to be like a therapist and everything, because we need more Black therapists.
Absolutely.
I only had like one Black therapist. It was like virtual most of the time, but it was like
2, and yeah, they were definitely virtual, but that's because I made sure to Google every single therapist my job gave me as an option, and there was the one Black one. I chose her.
That's okay. And it's like they really do give you a sense of mind too, like a peace of mind. Like I know I was more expressive with my Black therapist, mostly because I already went through this cycle of therapy like with 2 other people and everything. But yeah, it's really just although he didn't really give me a whole lot of feedback, I feel like a lot of what he really helped me with is just not worrying about things and everything. So I just had to learn to not worry about things.
Yeah, I'm learning to adjust. Apparently I have adjustment issues, and I don't like change. But I'm figuring it out. Wow, that was my phone.
That's okay. That's okay. Phones fall out of people's hands all the time. I feel like my issue, definitely it's like learning to let go and everything. I feel like that's a big thing I need to work on. I replay a lot of scenarios in my head a lot due to PTSD. So it's like there's situations that I think about every day that like I'm so removed from. It could be 6 years, 11 years, but it's like I just keep rethinking about it.
Coming back.
And I hate that. That's just not what life is supposed to be. And I want to move on so bad because I usually move on. But it's like, when you're trapped in like those cycles and everything, and you feel like, you feel like you haven't reach your full potential and you're trying to reach that and everything, reach a place of comfortability where it's like, okay, I have this. But I feel like a lot of that is really just learning to be more grateful and everything.
Maybe I learned to laugh at that stuff that happened. And I was like, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah, practicing mindfulness is another thing that I try to really, really learn. Like, like these, I'll always remind myself, it doesn't matter what people think or whatever, whatever they say, whatever, they don't know you like that personally. For every one person that claims to know you, or 10 people that claim to know you, there's one person that actually spends years around you and they can never repeat the same thing that they repeat. And that's one thing I really have to remind myself for sure, So it's just, yeah. So it's like in my case, like it's more like I feel like my strength is perseverance through a lot of this, because even though I do replay a lot of these scenarios a lot, I always try to go to the next thing, like whether it be a job or me trying to go to another city or me trying to focus on the podcast. I'm trying to hit 150 before the end of the year.
Woo.
I mean, so yeah. I'm currently year 107, so it's just like I'm getting closer and closer. Trying to scratch. It's so hard to find people to like literally set up time with, whether they want to be virtually or not. And then like I would forget, and then something would happen, and then something would come up, and then I would forget something. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole lot of stuff.
Sounds about right.
And me, I have to drive around. I had to make sure I got enough gas and everything, and then it's just like it's a lot. I'm like really I really can't wait to like really reach 150 so I can like just stop. Because like, if there's any goals that I hit this year, let that just be the main one. Because I'm so goal-oriented and everything. Once I'm really focused on trying to hit something, I try to hit it. And that's just it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
But like, what would you say, like, do you feel like we need to get more black psychologists and black therapists and stuff of that nature?
Absolutely. Also, they should offer free, either consultations or any type of free help, honestly, to any African American you see struggling, any black person you see that might be struggling. Yeah. If somebody comes to you with a suggestion of a person that you should see, please help them.
No, seriously. And like for real, like they should definitely like do a system where they can at least like maybe the first 3 sessions should be free. And then like the insurance should definitely cover like the sessions for sure. And everything. I know insurance does, but I feel like sometimes it'd be a little bit like, okay, but then you got to pay like $300. Like, no.
It should be unlimited sessions, not just 3 to 6.
Yeah, but then it would always be full though.
Would it though?
I feel like co-payments of $30, maybe like $10. Would co-payment of $10, $20 be too much?
No, that's actually great.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a little bit more like
that's manageable.
Like a lot, especially because I feel like a lot of us really do need that help for sure. There are people who don't look within themselves at all.
There are people who just won't even take the help, or there are people who just don't want to express how they feel. Sometimes you gotta, black people, go seek help. If you know you need it, just do it.
Yeah, really look inward too. You really need to focus on mindfulness and self-reflectiveness, and I feel like that's what therapy really helps with. You need to be self-reflective as to why do you do things the way that you do, why do you treat people the way that you do, why do you react to something like this. Shadow work is also good too. Do you do shadow work?
Oh yeah, shadow work is fantastic once you're done crying and beating yourself up.
Yeah, I got a whole shadow work book. I need to get back into filling it up. I would like do like one shadow work and then I would just stop for like months, and that's what messes me up.
Yep, same.
I love Amazon for helping me out with those books though, because like someone in the background?
Oh, the park is about to close.
Oh yeah, 7:30. Hold up. Oh wow. Oh Lord.
Time flew.
Damn, no, seriously, and I'm still trying to hit the hour mark and everything. Like seriously, and it's like 6 minutes away, and like 6 minutes from now. Do you think you want to finish the rest of this like somewhere else or something like that? Like maybe go to a gas station or something like that?
I mean, I don't see a park ranger yet, so I think we got a few more minutes.
Okay, and we're close to the entrance, so there shouldn't be a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. It's just, I try to hit an hour as best as I can.
No, it's all right. It's kind of fun.
We got a good 17 minutes. Oh, so you're having fun on this podcast?
Yes.
Because I know, like I think you told KO that you weren't too sure about the whole podcast situation at first. Like, how you feeling so far?
I feel all right. I still hate my own voice though.
You have a good voice. What's the problem? It's very intuitive.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, I feel like I'm just like, okay, yeah. That's. I guess 'cause I'm listening more to the words, so it's just like,
I personally just don't like my voice. I don't know. It just sounds weird sometimes.
You're not the only one. Like, I feel like my voice is too high sometimes.
Nah.
How my voice sound to you?
Normal.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been thinking it's too high pitched. I feel like I wish it was deeper, so I'd be like awesome, like, so.
No, sometimes that'd be creepy.
You really think so?
Sometimes. It depends.
Yeah, I feel like that's where I think that's just another aspect of psychology too. Like I was always put in environments where I had to be like less like, I had to shoot or fight to be less threatening image wise. So it's I guess this voice I just kind of settled in with this voice.
Code switching.
Yeah, code switch.
I hate that.
I really do wish that my voice was a little bit deeper though.
It seems pretty deep to me.
You really think so?
You don't sound like a prepubescent boy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I be thinking it's too high pitched or everything or whatever. I be thinking, you really think it's like...
Too high pitch was New Edition at the age of like 17, still singing them high voices.
Okay. I mean, I guess I don't want to be on this subject for so long because we haven't even got to touch anime yet and like, your interests and stuff of that nature, which I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, but just to transition into your interest, I know you really, really love anime. What led you to your love for anime?
What did it was?
Was it Toonami?
No, actually, it was not. Funny thing is, I don't remember how I was. I don't.
Did a family member put you on?
No, I was actually dating a guy.
And you liked anime too?
Yes.
Oh.
He put me on. We started watching My Hero Academia. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Really? So you're new to this stuff, basically?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This was a little while ago. I actually started watching Sailor Moon as a kid.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
I can't remember where I saw it.
Maybe Toonami.
I can't remember a lot of my childhood. I just remember that I started watching that show. I know my uncle used to watch Dragon Ball Z, and I thought Dragon Ball Z was weird.
Yeah, because Sailor Moon is like the female Dragon Ball Z when you think about it. And then like Dragon Ball Z is like...
No.
You don't see it like that?
No.
Okay.
It does not take Sailor Moon 4 episodes to power up.
Okay, but...
Sailor Moon can also kill Goku. For you fanboys out there, don't try me. She can kill him.
I would like to hear more about
Read manga.
I never... Because the only thing I know about Sailor Moon is that the creator for Sailor Moon married the creator of one of my favorite animes, Yu Yu Hakusho, which also created... Hunter x Hunter, but I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so it's just like
yes, I thought that was adorable. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Do you watch? Have you ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho before?
No, I want to start it, but I have seen Hunter x Hunter.
It's on Hulu.
I know. I need to start it, but I've been trying to finish everything else. Like My Hero season 6 started today. Spy Family season 1 part 2 started today.
Did the English dub of My Hero Academia drop for season 6?
For season 5? Season 6 just started today. Season 5? Possibly? I haven't checked.
I watched season 5. I love season 5. That's the one with the My Villain Academia and stuff are going on, right?
Yeah.
Love it so much.
I have not checked to see.
They carried the hell out of that season, man. I really rewatched Shigaraki's, Tomura Shigaraki's origin over and over again. I'm like, yo.
I'm about to go rewatch that now because I want to see if they dubbed it.
Oh, they did dub it. They dubbed it. Yeah, they've been dubbed it.
I've been busy watching.
It's on Hulu.
Else. I've been watching Spy Family. I've been rewatching a bunch of stuff. I started watching Fruits Basket, which is adorable.
Okay. Have you ever watched The Devil is a Part-Timer?
No.
It's a good show. Like it's just I love action shows and everything, but a good slice of life show. I feel like it's a nice good slice of life anime.
Slice of life anime.
Yeah.
I like that.
Slice of life because it's like he's just working. I mean, it has some mystical elements here and there, but it's like.
I was also watching Ranking of Kings too, which is a tearjerker. Jesus.
Oh, nice. Have you ever watched hold up? Have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist and Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop, yes. Full Metal Alchemist, no. But I saw that they made a live action of it, and I was just like,
Definitely check out the one. It's on Netflix. They're all on like
Netflix and Hulu. Yeah, they're all on there.
Yes, bro, that's a good thing because like as a kid, I would watch Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, this is interesting, but I can never keep up with it because like it would be late at night at Adult Swim. So sometimes I would fall asleep, and sometimes I could stay up to watch it, and it was just all over the place.
See, yeah, that's what I used to do. I actually sat up and watched like all of the seasons of Fairy Tail in like a few weeks because I was just up painting and watching it. But most of the time when I'm painting, I'll put it on a comfort show. And one of my comfort animes, unfortunately, is a show called Ghost Stories. And the dub of that...
Oh, like the one where they be like...
funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
They really have fun with all that. I need to watch that.
It is so offensive.
It's so hard to take it serious because it's just like, they say they liked it better than like the original.
Yes, because it's so stupid.
And it's just like...
It's offensive, and you can't do anything about it.
I want to watch it, but it's hard to take it serious. I feel like that's just not what they meant.
That's not what the show is actually about. It's not what they're talking about. What the dub is not the stuff that they're saying. It's horrible, but it is good entertainment. But people nowadays would be so offended by that show. I can only find it on, I think, Verve, which is an anime app.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I would say if it was on like Tubu or what's that, Tubi? Like Tubi TV or Freevee?
No, it's only on, I think it's only on Verve because it's like so offensive.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, what it is. You can even watch it, like clips of it on YouTube and everything. So it's like, is that when I first saw it, I'm like, what is this? Like, what? This is like one of them YouTube videos, YouTube Foops videos. It's like, no, this is a real life.
I thought it was a spoof video too. It was real life. It was a real show. And it was nuts. It was my favorite. It was great. It was a good time.
Yeah, but beyond Sailor Moon, what are your other favorite animes and everything that you really like?
Spy Family definitely has my attention right now. Beyond Sailor Moon, Soul Eater, Fairy Tail.
Why they stop Soul Eater? It's been years, but stop. Why they stop Soul Eater? I love Soul Eater.
Did you not watch Soul Eater Not? Soul Eater Not's not as good.
I can't get into it because it's not the same.
It's not.
I know there's more after the Kishin saga. I know because there's a time skip for sure in the manga.
So I think they stopped it because they started Fire Force. Because Fire Force is supposed to be a prequel to Soul Eater.
Really?
Yeah, they just announced that like earlier, like at the beginning of the summer. I want to know how that's gonna play out too. I want to know, and I've been waiting for Fire Force to come back for almost a year now. I'm losing my mind.
I've been watching Fire Force on Hulu, but it's kind of like background noise. Fire Force, like you kind of pay attention, but not entirely.
You have to pay attention, or else you're gonna be lost.
I didn't know they were in the same universe. I just thought it was like the same like author.
They start. You know how the universe is all wonky in Soul Eater.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Fire Force apparently starts that.
Oh.
And I want to know how that happens. I just want to know, like, who's death? Who becomes death?
Not just that, but like the whole like that's way far back.
I knew it had something to do with it because I was watching an episode of Fire Force, and one of the characters was like afraid of women and like half naked women and stuff. Yeah. So when he tried to fight one of the main characters, she always ends up burning her clothes off. So he would like go to different types of like places to figure out how to interact with women, and so there's a bar. That the dad in Soul Eater goes to. The dead side.
And it's the same one.
It's the same bar. He's actually in the background of an episode of Fire Force.
Oh, crying. Is he younger or is he like the same age?
Still the same person.
Same age?
Same person.
So how is it a prequel if it's the same?
I have no idea, but I thought it was so funny.
Is he like immortal? Like maybe he's just immortal. Probably because weapons. They never say weapons get old.
I think they're all immortal. Not even gonna lie at this point. But the way Fire Force is going, I'm not surprised.
Do you think that the guy with the sharp teeth and the fire feet? Do you think he might be like
I think he's gonna be death.
Oh really? I'd be thinking that maybe he was like what you call it? Like maybe what's it called? Like an ancestor for Soul because they look so similar.
You know what? I never thought of. They do.
I barely watched the show and because they look similar with the sharp teeth and everything. Like
they do look similar. But we're gonna find out once we get deeper into it.
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I think his little brother might be an ancestor for Soul because his little brother's hair is also white.
Yeah, but having white, I mean, they're related though. So it's like, traits can pass on both sides.
You know what?
Like I look like my mom's brother, like DeMario. That's my uncle. Like, he's not my father, but we carry some similarities.
You know what? My baby cousin looks like me.
Yeah.
You know,
y'all from the same tribe. That's how it works.
I can't wait to find out how this becomes a prequel.
Now I want to watch it even harder. Now I thought it was just an off anime, like how Hunter x Hunter is like, and Yu Yu Hakusho is like made by the same person, but they're not in the same world.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same universe.
I like the opening and the endings.
Yes. Like, I wish that there was some way that they could tie in Eden Zero with Fairy Tail, but like it would be a lot of like fourth wall breaking, a lot of it, because Happy in Eden Zero, he's a robot and he turns into doolies. But in Fairy Tail, he's a flying cat.
Kind of reminds you of Blair the cat.
Yes, but no, except Happy's an actual like cat with wings.
So it's Blair, but not with no wings, but with a hat. Which is crazy. Like she's a cat, but she masquerades as a human, a naked human from time to time.
Yeah, she does do that very often.
I love having other black like people like on the show that actually love like anime and everything.
It's so
Like,
amazing.
we could literally dive into like the world building. I really fall in love with the world building and everything. Like from Dragon Ball Z, like damn, if I wish I could be in that world, or maybe in Naruto universe. We haven't spoken about Naruto not once. I don't know. What are you feeling about Naruto?
I got bored. I couldn't make it past episode 7.
Oh, the original Naruto?
Yes. Everybody knows the premise of all of it. It doesn't even matter. You don't have to watch Dragon Ball Z, and you don't have to watch Naruto. You already know what's happening.
I know.
The only thing you can't keep up with is One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. That's a commitment. They need to pay people to watch One Piece.
Never ending.
Like just how they can write. They're like, okay, like
I got further in One Piece in the last 2 weeks than I did with Naruto in the last 2 years.
I'm thinking that, One Piece, once they actually finish, that's when I can really, because then I can actually section off how much time to, like, invest.
When they finish.
No, really. But I feel like I'm going to be, like, probably 45 or maybe 60 or something.
I'm going to be dead when they finish One Piece.
No, really. You know what's great? But those people that actually make the manga and everything, like, dude, they're committed to it, like, for such a long, long time. When you think of it, that's a lot of commitment. But do you know the one that actually, the guy that made Naruto didn't even go on his honeymoon until after the series was done?
Oh, I'm divorcing you.
No, seriously. I'm like, then you wonder, like, did he even find time to sleep? Like,
no, apparently not. If he couldn't find time to bang, he can't find time to sleep.
dang, honeymoon. You had to save your honeymoon.
Did you get married?
Yeah, he did, but he saved the honeymoon for after the series was finished.
How did he have time to get married?
I don't know. I just him having a honeymoon right after it already blew me away already. Like, okay, this is obviously not a traditional marriage right here.
Hey, she committed. That's all I gotta say on that. Kudos to her.
Once you find somebody and you stick beside them, you're gonna stick beside them.
Can't do anything about it.
That's the real stick beside them in the anime world.
I need them to hurry up and put out Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest.
I need them to cancel Boruto and just make it like a dream or something.
Everybody hates Boruto.
Like, I just want them to just do that because there's just so many things they can just undo, like, really. And one of it is just, like, okay, listen.
Boruto himself.
Yeah, Boruto just, no. You can have something similar to Boruto, but not with the weird Jerry curl and I don't even know what's his hair doing. But I was thinking, like, if Hinata and Naruto were to have a kid, I was thinking, like the kid would, like, kind of, like, okay, he would look like Naruto, but he would obviously have, like, Hyuga features, like the Hyuga eyes, like Himawari. And but like I think you would have like brownie spiky hair instead of, like, because
they said make a tiny Naruto and make a tiny Hinata.
Nah, there was no point in that. There was no point in any of that. Like, it's just like I would have preferred him to have like a personality like Neji, in a sense.
See, and that's why I kind of like, because I kind of started the Inuyasha sequel.
Yeah, how's that looking?
Yeah. It's interesting because she doesn't know who her parents are.
Really?
They don't know who their parents are. None of them. They don't even know. I don't even think they know that they're related.
So we know.
Everybody knows.
But they don't know.
They don't know.
Now I got a reason to watch.
It's in the first episode, too, and I'm just like...
Because I saw it.
I don't know.
I saw it. It's just like sequel anime. It's just so... Because Boruto blew sequel animes for me for everything. Because I'm like, okay, I don't want to be disappointed. And I love watching Inuyasha growing up and everything. Although I didn't keep up with the series consistently, I can definitely watch it on Netflix.
Absolutely. But, like, I started watching that because I was like, oh, they put it out. I didn't know that they released it. I watched that first episode. I was like, oh, y'all don't know who y'all parents are. Like... Sesshomaru has a whole daughter.
That's cool.
And she don't know that that's her dad.
I like Sesshomaru.
Everybody does.
I don't know why, but it's just he seems so cool.
It's just hot.
Weird how he travels with a young girl all the time on some R. Kelly. I don't know.
Stop that.
Okay, I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna stop it. I mean, you can go in. You're more familiar with the stuff than I am. What's up with him and the girl again? They're just friends.
What girl?
The girl that Sesshomaru always travels with.
You talking about Inuyasha always travels?
No, the little girl that's Sesshomaru be. You know what I'm talking. Sesshomaru is Inuyasha's brother.
Yes.
The little girl that he be traveling with.
That's not a girl.
What is that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Because he had two companions, one frog-looking dude, and then the
flea.
Flea-looking dude.
Let me know.
And who was the other person?
I think it was a little fox boy.
No, that's with Inuyasha.
Yeah, I never paid attention. I'm sorry, I had to get up. It was something crawling on me.
No, it's okay. That's all right.
I don't do creepy crawlies.
It's okay. We're 2 minutes away from an hour, just off the anime stuff alone. So it's just like, that really helps. and
No.
everything. But it's like we didn't.
I need to rewatch Inuyasha. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, now I'm just getting like you say you like Inuyasha, and I'm like I barely watch Inuyasha, and even I knew like
I think everybody barely watched Inuyasha.
some people really were into it. Like
It's just the '90s style of it. It's so beautiful.
I love the '90s style. That's what got me. That's why I love Yu Yu Hakusho. And I want them to make a sequel series. I'd be feeling like if they did, would it be good? Cause I love Yu Yu Hakusho so much, bro. Like if it was shitty, bro, I wouldn't.
They would have to do it in the correct anime style.
I mean, even if they didn't draw it in that correct anime style, just make sure, just keep the pacing and everything. You know, everybody gets their shine. Everybody gets, not like a power up. I just like how Yu Yu Hakusho, like you didn't have to be the strongest or the main character in the group, but you still get your shine. Kuwabara, Hiei, Karama, they all got their shine. They all had their strength. And that's what I loved about it,
Yeah, I need to watch that one. I'm more of into like the newer stuff. I find that stuff interesting, but I know the more I watch the older stuff, the more I get stuck. Because Sailor Moon is definitely a comfort show for me.
Okay, that's cool. I like Zatch Bell. I feel like that's my comfort show.
See? Everybody has their comfort show as long as it's not Naruto or Dragon Ball Z.
I love Naruto, like in the first area. Then it just got about like, it just turned into like giant people doing giant things. I just wish they would have aged them another time to explain why they're so powerful. Just instead of like doing the whole lazy, the reincarnations of like powerful people.
No,
like that's lazy to me. Like,
extremely.
I loved it better when it was more militaristic style and everything, and then it was just like chakra was basically like how oil is in this world, and like diamonds are in this world. What do you think about it with the whole tail beast situation? Because that's interesting. That's real life stuff. Like people are literally dying over power.
There's literally a nine-tailed beast that was released from a stone in Japan.
Wow, that's crazy. But it's just like it's just so many different aspects about it that you gotta look. I know it's kind of getting dark and everything.
Spooky. First day of October.
First day of October, and everything. But even like to ring in and everything, because it's like I know it's like we're already past the hour mark and everything.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. But it's just to ring it all in and everything. What are your plans for the rest of October?
I'm doing a 31 days of cosplays. I did one tonight.
That's
I actually
good.
still have my makeup on. I was a fairy. You guys can follow me at DaniTheDork, all spelled correctly. DANI though. Danny.cosplay. Danny.Quinn cosplays. Jesus. I don't even know my own handles.
Dang.
And Danny.customs. All on Instagram. But I am doing 31 days of cosplays. Every day I'm doing something different. I'm really just winging it with closet cosplays. Don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Not even going to lie to you. We'll find out. I did a fairy today. It was fun.
That's cool. I wish I want to get into cosplay. Like my main cosplay ideas, I feel like I would like a black Cyclops from like X-Men and everything. I don't know why.
Oh, that's very simple. I've actually been asked to put together so many costumes this month for people.
But I'll put like Tim's on.
If you want to get some ideas, there's a black anime expo at Dup and Swat next Saturday.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool. Put me on. Like because I like cosplay, but I don't know how to immerse myself in.
Yeah, we do the whole cosplay thing. They have a contest. I didn't get to go the last time because I didn't know about it, and I'm coming to win this time. So
okay, that's good. Are you gonna be going to the poetry slam at Reds this upcoming Wednesday?
Oh yeah, I'm there every Wednesday. I'm the door girl / bouncer.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't just don't get on my bad side. I will put you out.
I haven't been there in a while. I need to go there again. Like it's just like I'm still waiting for like some money to come through. Like I work a part-time job and I had to start this other job on Monday. So it's just like I'm really trying to wait for money to really come through to really just start enjoying it.
That's fair.
So it's just like that's why you haven't seen me in a while. I was there just one time, but I was like, okay, I need to be here all the time.
Yeah, we have a good time.
No, it's a really good area. That's what helped me get like a whole lot more interviews too. So it's just that it's just stuff.
You're definitely gonna get a lot if you come out there. You keep missing out on this one artist. He's from Richmond. His name is Scoozy.
Oh, really?
He plays the saxophone. He's a rapper. Dude is amazing.
So much talent in this city, man, and it's just like, yo. Like I really look forward to where Charlotte is gonna be at the end of this decade because it's like all this talent is not just gonna be there. And it's just like
everybody's leaving.
Yeah, even me. I want to go to DC.
I'm trying to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's just like because it's like I don't know. One half is like we have so much untapped potential, but then on the other half, it's just like when you deal with the people here in Charlotte, it's just like which I know there's petty people everywhere. But I feel like there's something in the water with some of these people here. Like, I feel like, it's
there's
just
so much talent.
Very shallow, kind of dumb, kind of self-indulgent a little bit too much, very disrespectful. And it's just a lot, you know, like really. So like when you really reach the stage in your 20s, it's good to just find people that are just solid and everything, got your back and look out for you. I'm just more focused on the present and everything and my future, and I just feel like there's just a lot of people who would advocate for me now. So it's like I just try to not sweat about stuff in the past, but
Fair enough.
still want to expand my horizons. So. But that's it for the Mental Threads podcast. Just want to come into a close. We already passed the hour mark and everything. It's dark as hell out here.
Whoops.
October, Halloween time. No Michael Myers. Why they make another Michael Myers?
I swear, didn't they just put out one last year?
Because I barely watch it now because it's like they always kill the dude and he comes back.
Halloween ends. Does it really? Does it really end this time?
Halloween's ends. For
Is
real
she
this time.
finally
I'm
gonna
serious.
kill him?
Yeah, he will, but he'll be dead for a little bit and then he'll be back.
I refuse to watch any of them. I can't do it.
I like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Look, I can only watch the first ones of those. Anything after that, because they did that damn Jason X.
Yeah, though he's like a cyborg. They just
No, he was in space. He was frozen and they unthawed him.
and then he went back to killing again. Which, you know.
They were living in space. They had no choice but to die.
I mean, yeah.
They set themselves up for failure. Why was he on the space shuttle?
I don't know. That's such a weird plot. Like, I need to watch it again to really, like, why is this nigga in
Don't
space?
watch it again. There's no point.
I remember this one literally burned in my mind as a kid because that list stuff spooked me because it's like something like when black people died in like the movie, in the horror movies, or even in like even stuff movie like Enter the Dragon when they killed Jim Kelly, like that's the burns in my mind. Like when like the dude tried to punch Jason and everything and then knocks his head off, that stuff burnt. Like, oh my gosh, is there any way to beat this dude? Like,
Jason is literally a zombie. Cursed by his mother's dead spirit.
that's what it is?
They literally cut that woman's head off.
Crazy.
I mean, she was the one originally killing all the teenagers for bullying her child and also drowning him.
Yeah, I actually used a
So-
sound clip from that.
Don't make
movie.
fun of body dysmorphia.
No. I actually used that sound clip and everything from that movie into one of my songs, and actually on my mixtape, it's like at the end of it, I think it was Drowning or H2O. Yeah, it was Drowning, I think. And then it's like at the end of it, you could get a sound clip from Jason's mother. It's like talk about how much his son wasn't a great swimmer and they just let him like drown and stuff. It's actually really good. I love making albums and doing stuff like that because it's so great. But anyway, that's it. I really hope to see you for the third season, probably with video this time. If you like video.
I like video.
Okay, yeah, we can probably do video for Thursday. Maybe we can hop on since I'm going to be here for another year. But yeah, that's it for the Mental Threads podcast, episode 107. That's it for DaniTheDork. I said DaniTheDork.
DaniTheDork.
DaniTheDork. That's it for the Mental Threads podcast. We sewn in, now we're sewing out. Okay, that's it.